top of the Lhotse face, you're leaning out backwards with a drop of over 1,000 meters behind you, just hanging on by your hands. Now, to get onto the ledge above, you can only do it with your feet. You've got to swing them out over your head, and then kick them into the rock until you get a good toehold. Not as easy as it sounds. It took me 4 attempts before I got one in that stuck. I pulled myself up as fast as I could, managed to get my fingertips onto the ledge, and just as I was hauling myself up, a snowball hit me, right in the face. A moment later, a cheer went up. Then I heard all this hysterical giggling and shouting in German.
How widespread is drug abuse on Everest, Tom?
Wait a minute, David. Now, you're building all this up into something that it isn't. Well, there's a bit of larking about goes on up there.
Oh, come on, Tom. It's more than just a bit of larking about, isn't it? I mean, look at the sorts of things you've been talking about. Obscene graffiti, drugs, ice axe initiation ceremonies.
Jesus, David. You can't print all that. They'll close the whole mountain down.
All right, Tom, forget about the drugs. Tell me about the night they crept up and set fire to your sleeping bag. Were you in it at the time, Tom?
Oh, Carl, he went for the lot. If I'd have told him I was shacked up in a love nest with a dancing yeti called Sharon, he'd have asked me her chest size, her age, and whether or not she was planning on carrying on with her career.
If you don't start getting ready, it won't be worth going. Not that it is anyway.
I'm ready.
But this is it, is it? This is your Spanish outfit?
Yeah. And can we go now, please? My brother is waiting for us. I don't know what you're worried about, Cole. You know what Paul's friends are like. Well, their idea of looking Spanish is to turn up in short-sleeved shirts.
Your book. I'm putting myself through an evening with Catherine for your book.
This book, Cole, is going to be a sensation. It's going to be the biggest thing to hit publishing since... You know I'm right. You know I'm right.
Decided you'd turn up eventually, did you?
No, Paul, actually, no. We can't come to the party. We're with some friends across the road. Just popped over to say you left your headlights on.
Oh, God, did I?
No, Paul. You've come to the party. Harry, white boys don't.
It's true. I only fell into it, really. I could have been a doctor.
Nice to see you.
Hello, Catherine.
Still with him, then?
Yes,
Is he any better?
he's fine. We're both fine.
They never grow up, you know. They just grow too big to hit. Paul! Will it be this evening reading, do you think?
Yes, I'll serve it up in a minute. I just need to speak to Brian first.
No, you don't.
No, right.
Quick, get some help. My sweatshirt's caught.
Your sweatshirt, it is called. But, monsieur, whatever can you have been photocopying?
Oh, you bloody fool. Could have given me a heart attack.
Ah, the sense of danger. It is such an aphrodisiac, no? You fancy a quick one on his desk?
No, I don't. Bugger off, I'm working.
Dear Marge, my boyfriend would rather rummage in his brother's briefcase than have sex with me. Do you think this is normal?
She would if she met you.
Lovely paella, Paul.
Where is he? What's he up to?
Nothing. He's just chatting.
Madam, I said, that is not a dodgy fan belt. That is a black mamba, and it's a good job it's asleep. She was a very lucky lady.
Brian, just a minute, Paul. So, how do you go about tracking a snake down, then?
Smell?
Brian, could we, smell?
Yes. Their urine gives off a very distinctive odour. Well, it's a bit like lager, actually.
Is it?
Yes. Which makes trying to find one in a brewery very difficult. I remember last year...
Oh, shut up, Harry! Well, it's all lies, obviously. You know what he really does for a living? He's a barman. Before that, he was in telephone sales. Before that, it was market research. He gets sacked about once a month. It takes about that long for people to get sick of the stupid lies he tells. Brian, we need to talk.
Paul suffers from a rare condition which flares up now and again. It's called hallucinatory jealousy.
It's not me who's jealous. I've got a job of national importance. I am entrusted with the nation's top defense secrets. You can't even be trusted to ask people to taste soft cheese. He told them it was an ozone-formulated tanning cream, had them smearing it all over themselves.
It's a lot better now, though, isn't it, Paul? When he was 13, he told the police I'd killed his dog.
When I was 13, I was ashamed of having an older brother who thought the only way to get through life was by acting the complete bloody idiot.
Prometheus! What? Well, that's what all this is about, isn't it, Paul? Prometheus? You're worried about it, and I don't blame you. But there's no point in taking it out on me, is there? I mean, I didn't talk to the government inspectors, did I?
Someone have been speaking to the government inspectors. How the hell do you know about Prometheus? I want a word with you, in private.
Paul, kitchen.
Not now, Catherine.
Yes, now. Harry?
I'm sorry, Catherine. I have to drag him away. He's got a meeting in the morning.
Good.
Who told him about the cheese?
Your mum, I expect. Do you know, if you were to ply me with champagne, I reckon your luck could be in tonight.
I haven't got any champagne.
Oh, well. Suppose this'll have to do, then.
I hope that's not Paul's.
No, one of his guests bought it.
Good. Because there's nothing worse than cheap champagne.
That was nice. Did you enjoy it?
I don't think it's important for men to have orgasms. Oh God! That'll be the bloke upstairs wanting to know who was making all those moose noises. Shall I put you on?
No. Tell him I'll come up.
Hello? Oh, hello, Paul. Brian? Well, all he said was that Prometheus had gone a bit over budget and you were worried about it, that's all. No, nothing else. Oh, well, he did say he'd had the government inspectors round to his house, but he didn't seem to think there was a problem. Did he tell you? Well, he obviously didn't think it was important. Well, I wouldn't worry about it, Paul, if I were you. Yeah. Night.
Who was it?
Paul,
He wants me to go around to Roger Catherine because he's busy with the washing up. What do you think?
Oh, I'd go. I mean, you don't want to create bad feeling, do you?
Oh, sod it. You know how insatiable she is. Anyway, I've got to be on top-notch form for my meeting tomorrow. Night.
Night. Nice bonk.
What bonk? Cole!
Frightening stuff. Of course, before we felt we could publish, we'd need to see some evidence relating to the... I'm sorry, Graham. What would you prefer me to call what you do?
I don't care what you call it, Mr. Emerson. We call it topping people.
Right. Well then, we'd need to see some evidence relating to one or two of the various toppings you claim to have performed.
I have photocopies here of 2 letters I took from Dennis Warwick's body. One from the Ministry of Defence and one from Blasey International. Read them and you'll see why they both wanted him killed. He was about to blow the whistle. The dark patches are bloodstains. A Smith & Wesson makes a big hole from 4 feet away.
£5,000 in 20s, up front.
You want the book?
No, I want you to kill my wife. Top my wife, I mean, sorry. Vivian Empson. That's the address.
You want me to top your wife?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, let's get the book deal sorted out first, shall we?
Oh, I can't do a book deal with you, Graham. Sorry. My company wouldn't touch this with a barge pole.
But it's about a major political scandal.
10 a penny, Graham. Forget it. Stick to what you know. Hey, look. This is her. About 2 years ago. Yeah. The last time she smiled. You mustn't touch this, obviously.
You know what you want to do?
What?
Leave her.
Oh, no. She'd come after us. I mean, me. She's a very vindictive woman. She's capable of anything, Graham. Believe me.
You want me to kill her because she's capable of anything?
Graham, why are we arguing about this? I've told you we can't publish the book. I've paid you the money. Now you've got to do it, haven't you? Hey, that's what the Hitman's Code says, isn't it, Graham?
All right. It'll take a bit of organising.
Fine. But I want it done by the end of next week.
End of next week? George, that's impossible. You should see my diary.
Jane? It doesn't have to be anything fancy. A mystery disappearance like Warwick's will suit me fine.
No. George...
Sexually. I mean, just look at them. They're in a total sexual frenzy. And yet, if one of them went home and found her husband standing waiting for her dressed like that, she'd run a bloody mile, wouldn't she?
Hey, Four Eyes! If we miss his dick, we'll be over this counter to look at yours. Hi, Harry.
I'm on a fundraiser. We're raising money to try and cross the Atlantic. In a porter cabin.
Oh. That stuff's Roman, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's the point of the exercise, you see. To prove that the Romans could have crossed the Atlantic.
In a porter cabin?
No, well, not exactly. Our marine archaeologist has discovered that seagoing Roman vessels possessed handling characteristics almost identical to those of a floating porter cabin.
Do porter cabins float?
Oh, yeah. You have to adapt them a bit, but it's a lot cheaper than starting from scratch and building a fully blown Roman galley, isn't it? Of course, Ruislip Lido isn't exactly the North Atlantic. None of us have got any illusions about that, but the results were very encouraging, just the same.
Yes, they must have been. That's Seymour Crescent over there.
All right. Well, thanks very much.
Huh? Oh, not at all. It's been very interesting. I'll tell all my friends to look out for the documentary. Well, when's it on again?
January the 15th. BBC 2, 8:15.
Right. Bye then.
Bye. The moment I got home, Mrs. Empson, I knew something was wrong. I could hear all this moaning and thumping going on upstairs. I shouted something out, and I rushed up the stairs as fast as I could. When I got to our bedroom, a man, your husband, Mrs. Empson, was disappearing out of the window. And this lot was on the bed. My wife Wendy was doing up her dressing gown with her back to me. I rushed back down the stairs, but by the time I got into the garden, he disappeared. That's him, isn't it? Wendy told me it was him. But by then I'd sort of guessed. I found this on the back lawn, you see. Must have fallen out of his trousers when he was pulling them on. I had no idea Wendy was into anything like this. I should have had, I suppose. She had been getting all these cuts and bruises recently, but she told me they'd come from a cheap bra she'd bought to save money. Like a fool, I believed her. Last night, though, she confessed everything. She told me all about her and George. I'm leaving her, you know. I can't live with a woman like that. Look. I've taken all our money out from the Building Society, and I'm off. And I suggest you do the same. Just go. Disappear. Without a word. What's there to say anyway? He'd only lie to you about it. Why put yourself through that sort of humiliation?
You're right.
You'll go? Without a word?
Yes.
Good for you, Mrs. Empson. Well, I better go now. Got a plane to catch. Oh, morning, Rose.
Got me milk?
Well, if I have, it'll be a few days old, love. Been out on a dig in Dorset. They let me keep these.
Stripper on last night, was there?
Yeah. There you are.
How's Cole, all right?
Oh, she's fine. She's at her place. Special branch are using her flat as an observation post this morning.
Next time she comes round, tell her to pop in. Thanks, Harry.
Hello?
Harry, it's Paul. I've got a chap from company security with me. Can we come up?
Yeah. Yeah, come on up.
Harry, tell Blake what you told me the night before last.
Night before last?
On the phone. About Brian Prout and the government inspectors.
Sorry, Paul, I'm not with you.
The Prometheus project. After the party, I phoned you, didn't I?
Yeah.
And you told me what Prout had told you about the government inspectors going round to his house.
Oh, that.
Yes, that. Now tell it to Blake.
Okay. Oi, get out of it!
My Filofax. That was my Filofax!
Oh, Paul, was it? Oh, I'm sorry. There was a dog peeing on the bins. He does it every day. Bloody idiot! What's your first name?
Kevin.
Kevin. Listen. This is going to have to be quick. None of that inspector stuff is true. Brian's made it all up. He told it me so I'd tell Paul because he wants to get at Paul because Paul's wife, Catherine, refuses to leave Paul and go and live with him. They're having an affair, you see, Brian and Catherine. But she won't leave Paul, and when she told Brian that, he decided he was going to hurt Paul somehow. Because people get, well, spiteful in those situations, don't they? See, I didn't know anything about it until this morning, when Catherine phoned me and confessed everything because her psychiatrist had told her to. She suffers from Centurion syndrome. Have you heard of it? No? Well, apparently, in ancient Rome, it was common for centurions' wives to have affairs with their husbands' soldiers because they were jealous of the special bond these men had with their husbands. Do you follow me? Well, that's what Catherine does. She sleeps with the men that Paul works with because she's jealous of all the time he spends with them and not with her. But in fact, it's a profound expression of love for Paul. It's just a rather unfortunate way of showing it, don't you think? Paul knows nothing about this, and he mustn't, for the sake of their marriage. The happiness of two very good people, one fairly disturbed, but stunningly beautiful and passionately loving, depends on you and me keeping this strictly between ourselves, Kevin. Will you help me, Kevin? Please say you will.
I will.
Thanks, Kevin. Paul, what can I say? I saw that blasted dog and I just flipped.
Shut up. Just tell Blake what you told me and then we can get the hell out of here.
I have told him. I told him everything while you were downstairs, didn't I, Blake?
Yeah.
He told you what Brian Prout said?
I told him all about Brian Prout. Didn't I, Blake?
Yeah.
So what do you think, Blake? Is it a problem? Right, well, it's over to you then. And now, let's get out of here before this bloody idiot does any more damage.
Gorgeous. This is a lovely idea, Harry.
I know.
You're a very thoughtful man.
I know.
You haven't forgotten about tonight, have you?
No.
What haven't you forgotten?
Dinner with Mr. Peachy from Swindon.
Oh, no, it's not, is it?
Oh, Harry, please don't mess this up for me. I want this store, and I'm in with a chance.
The successful applicant must pretend to find Mr. Peach's ideas on stock management very interesting.
And none of your stupid stories either. But if you have to pretend something, pretend you're enjoying yourself.
All right. But if you see my eyes stop blinking, call an ambulance.
Have you seen the paper today?
Why, have I got something in?
No. But there's this awful story about a rugby player gassed by a fire extinguisher.
Everest! I'd give her this one up. Here, listen. Something must be done before someone gets killed, said one Everest veteran. It's not just the graffiti and the snowballs, there are the drugs, the fights, and the all-night sex party. Hang on a minute, I never said anything about all-night sex parties. Little sod made that up.
Oh, outrageous. You give a journalist a completely false story, and what does he do? Ruin it with a pack of lies. Oh, now what? No, don't tell me. He's gone and spelt your false name wrong. What, Harry? Publisher dead? Body of George Empson, 55, from Bristol, was found on the banks of the Severn near Cewstoke, Avon, yesterday morning. Police are investigating, but have not ruled out suicide. Oh, no. You didn't, did you, Harry?
What?
Kill him for rejecting your book.
Of course I didn't. Well, obviously not. He wasn't the one I went to see. I meant to. I was about to send him all my stuff.
Yeah, well, it's just as well you didn't, isn't it?
I suppose so.
You suppose so. God, Harry, the man's dead. If the police had found your confessions of a hitman in his office, they'd have wheeled you in to make another one. I've got to go. Lafayette's at 6. Hmm?
Is it about Brian Proud? So he is up to something, is he? You're right. Okay, let's have it.
I didn't touch it.
What?
What?
The stuff on Proud. What have you found out?
A lot.
What?
Well, it's a bit too early to say, really.
Well, in that case, Blake, I suggest you come back when it isn't, all right?
Oh, right, yeah, right. Right. Right, that's a good idea. Yeah, right. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Hello, Mrs. Empson.
Yes?
I need to talk to you. I read about your husband. I'm sorry. Not that I had anything to do with it. It was suicide, wasn't it?
That's right.
Yeah. The mind, eh? Could I borrow the keys to your husband's office, do you think?
Why?
There are some letters of Wendy's in there. She doesn't want the police to find them. We're back together. I decided to give her another chance.
Do you know what's in here, Mr. Whitworth?
Fish?
Sea urchins, no fish. He didn't like them. He found they were too much trouble. He didn't like anything too complicated, which is why he wouldn't have let your wife write to him at the office. He was screwing his secretary, you see.
Oh, you haven't met my wife, Mrs. Empson. I mean, she has this power over men, you see. I mean, look at me. She got me back, and a few days ago I was about to leave on a plane.
He wouldn't have met her either, Mr. Whitworth. His affairs were conducted in office time, in the office. Anything else would have been too much trouble for him.
Well, that's where he met her. In the office. She went there looking for a publisher for her new book on female sexual fantasies. Begged her not to write that book. I said to her, I'll dress up in anything.
Stop! There's something you want in my husband's office. Unless you tell me exactly what it really is, I'm not going to help you get it. Do you understand?
Yes.
What is it?
Some notes. For a book I'm writing.
About what?
My wife's affairs.
Stop.
It's about a hitman. His memoirs.
You're a hitman?
No. No. No, of course not. No, no, no. No, I'm a geneticist. No, but a friend of mine at college...
Stop. You're a hitman. You went to see my husband, hoping to get your book published. Instead, he offered you some money to come here and try to get me to leave him, didn't he?
Yes.
Not to kill me.
No.
Typical. How much?
£200.
I shall want that back.
All right.
Wait here.
I know
I'm not supposed to contact you again, but I thought you ought to know about this.
Someone's just come on the line.
Mr. Whitworth, put the phone down, please. And go back into the front room.
Catherine Greaves?
Yes?
I'm Kevin Blake. I work with your husband.
Yes. And?
I spend a great deal of time with your husband, Catherine, a time that you probably think you should be spending with him. When he isn't with you, Catherine, he's with me.
What are you trying to say?
Between me and your husband, Catherine, there exists a kind of bond. A bond which, if I were you, I'd be very, very jealous of indeed. In fact, if I were you, I want to do something about it. Something drastic.
Oh, my God.
You know how I think of your husband, Catherine? I think of him as a centurion.
Shut up! Shut your filthy mouth, you bastard!
Did you like my husband, Mr. Whitworth?
Well, I didn't really know him all that well, but he seemed interesting.
He was boring as hell.
Perhaps you have a lower boredom threshold than I do.
Boring, lazy, and stupid.
Have you considered going to see a grief counsellor?
Boring, lazy, stupid coward. A man who for years had dreamt of trying to find a way to shake off his wife, and then, one day, by sheer good fortune, into his office walked a hitman. So what did he do? Pay him to kill me? No, he didn't have the nerve. He sends him round to try and shock me into leaving by showing me the props of his latest fetish. As though after 10 years of caning and cling film, I would be shocked by anything he gets up to. How could he possibly have thought that would have worked? I mean, didn't he know me at all?
Some men just don't understand women, I'm afraid.
Of course, I was a bit stupid, too. If only I'd realized you were a hitman, I wouldn't have needed to bring someone else in. And then we wouldn't be in this mess now, would we?
Vivian?
Yes. Ralph?
Yes. Any reason to believe the police are watching the place?
No.
So they're happy it's a suicide then?
Yes.
Well, it seems like a straightforward burglary then, doesn't it?
Yes.
You mind if I come along?
No. What, with me?
I'd rather. Since I'm involved, you know.
Yes, all right.
Ralph.
Vince.
Hello?
Hello, Cole. How are things?
All right.
Good. You think it'll rain?
What do you want, Harry?
Well, I can't make it tonight.
Why not?
Well, I've got to go out and do a burglary with a man called Ralph. No, Cole, listen!
Southmead Road was flooded. I had to go all the way round. Catherine? You all right?
I want a divorce.
Did I leave the seat up again?
A back's in there. What happened to you? Did you slip on something?
Yeah, shit. Bird shit.
Don't just stand there, Vince. Make it look opportunistic. Bash things about a bit.
Yeah. Right.
I just worked something out about you, you know, Vince.
Have you, Ralph?
Yeah. Just before Empson went down for the last time, he asked me if I was working for Graham. I didn't think much of it at the time. I wasn't really listening. Well, you don't, do you?
No.
But now, of course, I know who that Graham is. Graham Jackson is what Empson thought you were called. Isn't it, Vince? Oh, there, is it?
Yeah.
This bugger all worth nicking, really, is it? We'll just have to bring that along, I suppose. They say they replaced the pen. I can't see it myself. Still, you'd be hard put to lose one down the back of the sofa. That wasn't very clever, was it, Vince?
Saves you having to dump it, doesn't it?
Nice one, Vince.
Thanks, Ralph. Night, then.
Stop. What about Mrs. E?
Shall I phone her?
Shall I phone her? No, be serious. It's got to be tomorrow, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what with her and the burglary, how are we going to come up with a sudden death for her that isn't going to look slightly suspicious?
I know. I hate this sort of thing. Couldn't we just leave it?
She's met us now, you fool. You never meet your clients, do you?
Of course not.
All right. Give me your phone number. I'll give you a call tomorrow.
723 199. Is that it?
Night, Vince.
Night then, Ralph.
Harry?
Oh, hello, Rose. Don't ask me what sort of night I've had. I'll just say this, I'll never try driving around Prague again. Their one-way system's an absolute mess.
Cole's been round.
She left a note.
Oh?
She said you'd understand.
Yeah, thanks, Rose. It's the title of Pavarotti's latest CD. She wants it for her birthday.
I'd let her cool off for a while if I was you, Harry.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Floyd?
Yes?
My name's Roy Duggan, Mr. Floyd, from the Bristol Mercury. I've come to talk to you about your haunted trousers.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, come up.
So, how soon after you bought the trousers did the blood start oozing out of them, would you say?
As soon as I put them on. And there wasn't just blood, it was ectoplasm as well.
Blood and ectoplasm. OK, so then you took them back to the Oxfam shop where you got them from, yeah?
Yes, and I asked the girl there if she knew who'd owned the trousers before me. She said she didn't, but she thinks they belonged to a man who killed his wife and her lover with an axe and then committed suicide with a shotgun. Hello?
Hello, Vincent. It's Ralph.
Ralph. Hi.
Can I come in?
Yeah. Yes, of course. Roy, we're going to have to finish this later. There's a man downstairs. He's a medium. He's going to try and get in touch with the murderer, but he hates reporters, so for God's sake, don't tell him who you are.
All right.
Thanks.
Look, just promise me one thing. You won't get him exorcised before we get a photo.
I promise.
Right, well, I'll be hearing from you then, Mr. Floyd.
Can we come in?
Psychic investigator. Claims to be in touch with someone I bumped off. Well, a bit dubious, I must say.
Oh, I don't know, Vince. Doesn't do to be too skeptical about these things.
You don't think so?
No. I mean, if it were me, I'd bump him off just in case.
You're right. I will. Work, I don't know.
This is Gordon, by the way.
Vince.
Hi, Gordon.
Your real name, Vince Floyd?
No.
So not even the spirit world knows it then?
No.
Why did you give me a false telephone number last night, Vince?
Who sent you? Markham.
Who's Markham?
Who's Markham? Come on, Ralph. I had you sussed out as C7 all along. I'm curious, now tell me one thing. You didn't really kill Empson, did you? You just planted that story so you could flush me out, eh? Where are you keeping him? At the Priory?
No, Empson's dead. I killed him.
I doubt it. Only he didn't know anything, did he? So you've had to play along with me in the hope that I might lead you to someone else I'm connected with. Now someone's got cold feet. Yeah, and they decided to pull the plug on the whole operation. That'll be Lawford. He never did have the nerve to see things through. So, what's on the agenda now then, eh? You're going to sweat it out of me at the Priory, is that it?
The government? You think we work for the government?
It's over, Ralph. You blown it. You had your chance and you failed. So come on.
Listen, Vince, you got all this wrong. We don't work for the government. No, we work for ourselves. We're ordinary, freelance, self-employed hitmen. You know what's happened, don't you? We've both been thinking that the... Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Put the gun down, Gordon.
Blake?
Sir?
Let's walk and talk. You know why I wanted to have this conversation away from the office?
Yeah, I think so, sir, yeah.
The fact is, Blake, I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. But what I do want to do is to have it out with you first.
Is this going to get physical, sir?
No, Blake, it isn't. That's one thing I want to get cleared up right away.
Oh, good.
Good?
Yeah, I mean, I'm prepared to trade punches with you if you insist, but I'd rather not. I'm not a violent man, but I can be if the need arises.
I don't pretend to understand you sort of people, Blake. That doesn't mean I have anything against you.
Oh, and you, sir?
No. A person doesn't choose his particular sexuality, does he? Nature chooses it for him.
Well, it's very civilised of you to see it that way, sir.
I like to think I'm a civilised man, Blake. Now, there's something I want you to see. I am not a homosexual.
Right.
You accept that, do you?
Yeah.
In that case, do you think you could come home with me now and tell my wife?
All right.
Good.
So you on for it then? A disappearance?
All right. Accidents are better.
Gordon.
I know. It's none of my business. I'm just saying. An accident would be better. I mean, her husband's just died, for goodness sake. The police are going to have to investigate her disappearance, aren't they? But if it's an accident, well, that's different, isn't it?
All right. What do you think, Vince?
Well, he's got a point, obviously, Ralph.
All right. If you want it to be an accident, I don't mind. What kind do you like?
Well, there's so many, aren't there?
KKI, gotta be.
Gordon.
Sorry.
No, I think KKI is a good idea.
Like a bit of blood, do you?
But it's not essential. Well, if you don't like KKIs, it's fine. We can do something else.
You're mad. The Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents' own statistics put KKIs out way in front.
Gordon!
All right, I'm sorry, I'll keep out of it.
Good. Right, Vince. Forget about KKIs. What else?
Fire extinguisher.
What?
Fire extinguisher. Gas fire extinguisher.
Hey, that's good.
What is? What are you talking about?
It was in the paper. A rugby player sprayed himself in the face with a fire extinguisher, and the vapour froze his throat muscles. They went into spasm, and he asphyxiated.
Bit bizarre, isn't it?
Listen to him. He doesn't like KKIs, they're too common. He doesn't like fire extinguishers, they're too bizarre. I'm surprised you ever get anybody killed, Ralph.
All right. We'll do it with the fire extinguisher. Come on, Vince.
Do you mind if I change these trousers, Ralph? They're not very washable.
Okay. Quick as you can. Vince? Someone at the door. Vince?
Bloody bee flew up my leg. The trick is to show him a way out. It's gone now. I think it's someone at the door. Better see who it is.
Gordon?
Hello?
It's the postman.
Yeah, what is it?
I've got a parcel.
Yeah, all right, come on up.
Yeah. Walter? Uli? This is a chap. Harry. This is Walter. He's the leader of a German expedition to Everest, which has had to be cancelled because of that rubbish you sold me.
David, I think you really ought to meet...
Not now, Harry. So, you see, my editor thought it would be a good idea to bring him down to Bristol to beat the crap out of you. Nothing personal, Harry. OK, Walter, hit him. OK, and again. Try and hit him this time.
Martin Bormann! Those two chaps over there, they just sold Martin Bormann's false teeth to the Daily Express.
Uli, stop them! Jeff, get a shot of this.
I've got to be quick. There's a couple of murderers in my flat.
You won't have time for a cup of tea, then. Wait a minute. Here you are. You better take these. Rose, where did you get that? We haven't got time for all that now, Harry. Anyway, I'm still bound by the Official Secrets Act. Go off and find somewhere to practice. Go on, eh?
Catherine? Catherine? Look who I've brought with me.
You're getting pretty bloody blatant, aren't you?
No, Catherine, listen. Go on, Blake. Tell her.
Your husband is not a homosexual.
There you are, you see?
What happened? You both decided it was more fun being back in the closet.
No, Catherine, listen. I'm not a homosexual. But Blake is, aren't you, Blake?
I'm bloody not.
Don't be stupid, Blake. Of course you are.
I'm not. You are.
Blake, you promised me you'd come here and tell her I wasn't.
Yeah, but I didn't know you were going to tell her I was.
Well, you are, for heaven's sake.
I'll bloody plant one on you if you keep on like that, mate.
Blake!
Shut up! I know what's going on. I've read all about it. This is how you get your kicks. You call it role-playing, don't you?
No, Catherine!
Shut up! Well, there's a price to pay for enjoyment. And tomorrow you two are going to pay it. I'm seeing Peter Eldridge at 3 to tell him what's been going on. So I should expect a summons around about 4. He'll be calling you in to tell you you're both sacked.
You want to watch your bloody back, mate.
Excuse me. This is a public right-of-way, you know. You shouldn't be doing that here. Can we come through now, please? Be careful you don't slip, children. There's watermelon all over the place. It's not balls or barbed wire fences, it's idiots shooting at fruit. Soon won't be able to walk anywhere in this country except in shopping malls. Come along, everybody, keep up.
Cole, it's me.
Hello?
Paul, it's Harry.
Hello.
How are things?
Awful. Catherine thinks I'm having a homosexual affair with our security officer. And she's coming round here tomorrow to tell my boss.
Good. Listen, Paul, you're in the defence game. Have you got a secret weapon I could borrow, just for a couple of days?
Harry, I'm not in the mood for this now, all right? And for future reference, I'm never in the bloody mood, all right?
Paul, you sound upset. What's wrong?
Catherine wants a divorce.
Why?
Because she thinks I'm having a homosexual affair with our security officer.
Why?
Because for some reason, he went round there and told her I was his centurion.
Paul, if I help you, will you help me?
What can you do?
Talk to Catherine.
I've already tried that. She won't listen.
What'd you tell her?
The truth, of course.
Well, there you are, then. I can improve on that straight away.
What do you want?
I need to speak to you, Catherine. It's important.
You've got melon in your hair.
I know. It gives me total control without being greasy.
I suppose you're here to make an impassioned appeal on behalf of your brother. How very touching.
Well, no, I'm not actually, Catherine. I know I should, but to be honest, I can't.
Oh. Good.
In fact, I'm glad the truth's come out about Paul. I think it's good for him. I know it's good for you. And I hope it'll be good for us. Catherine, from the moment Paul introduced you to me, I knew you were with the wrong brother.
Harry.
Catherine, listen. I keep thinking, if only I'd been to the Metals Convention and not Paul. If only I'd asked you how much your bracelet cost and not Paul. If only I'd said I could get tickets for Starlight Express and not Paul. Catherine, I think I'm obsessed with you.
Harry, stop it!
How long have we known each other, Catherine? 3 years, 4 months, 1 week and 2 days. And every hour and every day of that time, I've spent thinking of a way that we could be together. But now I don't have to anymore. Because Kevin's been here, and now
Kevin?
you...
Who's Kevin?
The security officer. That's his name, isn't it? Kevin or something?
You know him?
No, of course not. Never met him. How could I? He lives in Keynsham or somewhere.
You planned this?
No. I mean, plan what? I don't know what you're talking about, Catherine.
Don't try your pathetic lies on me, Harry Greaves. I can read you like a bloody book. My God, Paul's right. You do envy him. You envy him so much you want to destroy him.
No, you got it wrong, Catherine. I don't envy him. Even if I wanted a car, it wouldn't be a BMW.
You lying, twisted, conniving little bastard.
What's Blake been telling you? He's lying to you, Catherine. I haven't paid him a penny.
Get out of our house. Go on, get out.
Catherine? Catherine, I love you. I can't live without you.
Can't you? Good, then go and kill yourself.
Harry? I've just been talking to Catherine. You're a genius. What did you do?
Well, we just had a chat, you know. So listen, you'll get it for me, will you?
What?
Your secret weapon, Paul.
Oh, you really do want that, do you?
Yes, I really do want it. I need it today.
Listen, this isn't for some stupid prank you want to play on me, is it, Harry?
No, Paul.
Because if it is, I'm telling you in advance, it's not funny.
Paul, I promise you, it's not for anything like that. I'll tell you what I need it for. I need it.
No. I don't want to know. All I want to know is that it doesn't involve me in any way whatsoever. I don't want any comebacks from this, Harry.
Paul, I promise you, there won't be any.
All right, I'll bring it round in an hour.
No, don't do that. You know the Loch Eel? The floating pub down by the docks. I'll meet you there in 20 minutes.
Suspect approaching the Loch Eel. It's 1849.
Why is he a suspect, Mr. Blake?
Because, Danny, he's a puff. His wife's a nymphomaniac and they're both trying to blackmail me.
Right. Look, he's been joined by someone.
So that bastard's involved as well, is he? This is all beginning to make sense now.
She apologised, Catherine. Actually apologised to me. Can you believe it?
Yeah. Have you brought it?
Of course I brought it. When I give my word, I can be relied upon to keep it. People trust me. Can you honestly say the same, Harry?
No. Well, hand it over. What is it? Grenade?
No. It's a self-heating tin of soup.
A what?
I wouldn't shake it about too much. It's a bit temperamental.
And this is your top secret defence project, is it? This is your job of national importance? A self-heating tin of bloody soup?
Don't. Just you wait a minute. That tin you've got in your hand represents the biggest breakthrough in battlefield catering for years.
Yeah, but it's not exactly a bloody lethal weapon, is it, Paul? I thought you were... You're a bigger bloody bullshitter than I am.
Don't do that! It's liable to...
Right. Hand me that can.
Oh, shit.
And you stay exactly where you are.
Yeah, you're right. Take it, Blake. It's no use. Christ, look out, lasagna!
Right. Stay with the puff. I'll get the bastard. What's the matter, Mr. Greaves? Running out of ideas? Perhaps I should warn you. I'm trained in armed combat.
Turn around.
Don't shoot me, please.
Where's your car?
Sort of.
All right, move.
Can I get you a drink, sir?
tell me, Oyster?
Why not?
Don't shoot me, please, sir. It's my birthday on Tuesday.
Shut up and don't move a muscle.
Aye.
You know what that is, Blake?
No, sir.
It's a mercury switch. The detonator's activated by the slightest movement. Just one cough and it'll blow your face off. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Hello, is that you, Rose? Have they gone? Good.
Harry? Get in.
Help. Help.
She's not back yet. Good.
£30.
Don't touch the car.
I'm bloody good, you know.
Get help.
Can't, sorry, not tonight. I'm working on my own. What kind of thing did you want, then?
Listen. There's a bomb in the car.
And you want me to set it off, yeah?
Would you step out of the car, please, sir?
Oh, thank God, officer. Get the bomb squad quick.
Now, don't be daft, sir. Let's have your name and address.
Don't touch the car.
Right, let's have you out. Come on. Now, sir, I want your name and address.
Listen, officer, I was driven here at gunpoint.
Yes, sir. Everyone is.
You know where the living room is?
Yeah.
Go on, then. Stop. What's this?
Soup.
Well. Harry's into antiques. sit. And you.
Ralph, please. Let her go. She doesn't know anything about this. Cole, listen. These two men are from the News of the World.
Shut up. Find one? It's a break-in, you see, Harry. And you're the burglar. Mrs. E comes home and surprises you both. There's a struggle and you both die. Want to know how? KKI, I'm afraid. Gordon insisted. Oh, sorry. You probably don't know what KKI is, do you? Tell him, Gordon.
A KKI, Harry, is a kitchen knife incident.
When Mrs. E gets here, Gordon's gonna stab you both. Not you two. You and Mrs. E. We got something else lined up for Cole here. Gordon insisted again. He's keen to try it out. Unfortunately, of course, you'll miss it. Never mind, eh? Stay with him. I'll go upstairs. Start the burglary.
Cole, I'm sorry, I never...
Shut up.
Let her go, please.
Shut up!
It's all right, Ralph. It's just a time switch.
We'll turn the bloody thing off.
What is it?
Soup.
Bollocks.
Get his gun! Get his gun!
Stay close.
Don't worry, sweetheart. Oh, let's go, let's go!
Cole, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen. It's just... How'd you get on with Peachy?
Peachy? He's letting me know.
See, I was out on a burglary with Ralph, and you know... Look, I'm not going to do this anymore. I promise. No more lying. It's over.
Yeah, well, I hope so, Harry.
Cole, trust me. I swear, never again.
Excuse me? What's going on? No, I know you, don't I?
Stay out of shot. What? We're doing a reconstruction for a documentary. Stay out of shot. And don't move.
Harry!
Come on.
Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, and I watch them roll away again. Yeah, sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay, 'cause I had nothing to live for. Look like nothing's gonna come my way, so I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll